Welcome back to the Nutrition Made Simple podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach when working with clients. I'm your host, Nicole Aucoin, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of the Healthy Kids Cookbook, 100% kid-approved recipes the entire family will love. You can find it on Amazon. In this podcast, we will be teaching you how to take one step at a time to becoming the healthiest version of yourself. In today's episode, Ashley Osterman and I are going to discuss 4 steps to create a healthy work environment. You work 50% of your total waking hours on any given workday. Whether you're working from home, on the road, or in the office, these tips will help you. Creating a healthy work environment will increase your consistency, which will help you see results. It also helps increase productivity, improve your mood, and overall energy levels throughout the day. I'm so excited to share these tips with you. Employee wellness is becoming a popular topic. More and more companies are realizing that they need to support their employees to get healthy and stay healthy. More than 3/4 of employers indicate that their company has offered some type of wellness program, resource, or service that will help their employees get healthy. More than 9 in 10 organizations offer at least one wellness initiative. The most popular are physical activity, weight management, and support to help people to stop smoking. All of this is going to help them improve their health, improve their quality of life, which will also help improve retention of your employees. We all know it's much more cost effective to keep employees and retain them than train new ones. So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about 4 steps to increase your healthy environment at work. We will get to this episode right after this message. Do you own a business? Are you looking to help your employees get healthy? At Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ, we work with companies from 30 employees up to 500 employees to help them get healthy one step at a time. For many of these companies, it will typically start with a wellness reset challenge where we focus on nutrition, mindset and stress management, movement, and hydration. We've worked with dozens of companies around the U.S., specifically construction companies like KHS Construction, Current Builders, which was actually our first wellness program back in 2015, Delbrook JKS, which we're about to launch another wellness challenge there in the coming weeks. The best time to launch these challenges are in the fall or in January. Our nutrition team is launching one in September, and we're so excited. Last time we ran a challenge there, the employees collectively lost over 350 pounds and over 450 inches. They were able to get off some medications, feel better, and most importantly, it brought them all together. They were all doing it together and supporting each other. It was absolutely amazing, and the kickstart in their journey to health. We're so excited to go back up to this company and help them now that everyone's back in the office get going. You don't have to do a challenge though. We also have seminars that we do for employers all around the US. If you own a company that's looking to get some help for your employees for health and wellness, we would love to help you. You can click the link in the show notes and work with Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ nutrition coaches in our team, or go to hireanutritioncoach.com and find a Healthy Steps nutrition coach near you. If you know a company that is interested, please send this podcast episode to them. And guess what? No matter if you own a company, work in HR, or you are just an employee at a company, these are some actionable steps that you can take to not only help you, but to help the people around you get healthy. Enjoy this episode. Welcome back to the Nutrition Made Simple podcast, Ashley.
Hey, Nicole. Always a blast to be on and chatting with you.
Today, we're talking about something super exciting. 4 steps to promote a healthy workplace.
You know, if you think about it, the average American who works 40 hours a week, they're spending that time in their workplace. And that's a lot of time to think about, how can I make the most of my work day and be the healthiest version of myself?
So your workers or coworkers have a direct impact on your lifestyle, right? You're spending a lot of time with them. Research shows you spend 50% of the amount of time that you're awake at the workplace. Some of us have been working from home, but a lot of people are going back to the office now and working in an office surrounded by other people. And it's super interesting. We've interviewed quite a few people on the podcast who've done an absolutely amazing job losing 70, 80 pounds. We've personally helped people through employee wellness programs lose a ton of weight, over 50 pounds, and they all say similar things. The support system at work truly helped them be able to change their lifestyle, and they all kept each other accountable. So this is more important than people realize.
Absolutely. Having that positive support at work and really taking the time to make sure you're implementing these strategies is going to set you up for success no matter what your health and wellness goals are.
All right, let's dive in. The first one. We need to do a clean out of the break room and the pantry. What snacks are available? It's so easy to walk into a break room, and if there's junk food or a vending machine that's filled with crap, it's going to be easy to want to be tempted by that. But if there's not things that are easily available that are unhealthy, then it's going to be so much easier to stay on track. I remember working with a construction company, and during the holidays, they would always get other employees or contractors would send them stuff, send them like, I don't know, cakes and different things. And I remember walking in and there was 2 giant tables filled with sugary treats and processed food. And the problem is you eat that, and then we all know what happens when we overconsume sugar and carbohydrates. About a couple hours later, that energy spike and then the energy crash, and now we're falling asleep at our desk and we're not as productive.
Those afternoon coffee brewers, right? You can tell those who indulge in the donuts and the sweet treats earlier in the day when they're in the break room around 3:00, desperately brewing that coffee. But it's so easy to want to have those things if they're in front of you and readily available, right? So I think the key here is to set yourself and your employees, your coworkers up for success by having better options easily available.
And taking away the options that are not healthy so that you're not constantly tempted. So, I would challenge everyone that's listening to this podcast to go into their break room and see what healthy options are easily available and what unhealthy options are available. Can we start making a shift so that there's more healthy options available to help you stay on track? I think if I have cookies that in the kitchen and I'm walking by those cookies every single day, multiple times a day, the chances of me having one of those cookies is pretty high. But if they're not there, I'm not going to be tempted by it. It's going to be so much easier to stay on track. So I challenge you to look at that break room and see what healthy options are available. There's a company called Snack Nation that is really great. We have another corporate company that works with them when we do challenges with them, and they'll have Snack Nation supply the healthy options for the company so that there are those easy things available for the employees to have, and they're not just grabbing chips and donuts and all the processed junk and high sugar foods.
Absolutely. Replacing those options with healthier options, doing a closet clean out, Nicole, as you like to say, or updating the vending machine. Can we change what the offerings in the vending machines are to something a little bit more healthier? And just as important as that is to think about your workspace, your desk. How many of us have that snack drawer? I know when I used to work at the state, I definitely had that snack drawer. And it takes a little bit of intentionality to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success at your snack drawer or your desk too. So think about those healthier options that you can have for a quick snack when you do get those, late in the day munchies come along. Can we throw some good granola bars or some protein bars in there? Can we have some beef jerky or turkey jerky? Or can we have some other quick options that are going to be healthier and help sustain us through the day?
Absolutely. We love the RX bars. One of my clients, he recently went back to work and he was like, man, Nicole, I'm so busy. I've got people coming in my office all day long. It's really tough for me to stay on track and eat the lunch and stay within what I'm trying to do. And the problem is I end up skipping meals and then I end up overeating later in the day. I'm like, okay, well, let's create a plan together. Let's figure out what snacks you can stock up in your drawer and also in the little fridge that you have in your office so that you can stay on track and it makes it easy. Because he said, Nicole, if I go into that break room, I know what's in there and it's not going to be good. So, maybe we need to talk to his company to help readjust that break room for sure. So I think we've kind of nailed that one down pretty good. The next thing that I love and to encourage people to do is just get moving. Can you start a walk club during lunch? The average American walks 3,000 to 4,000 steps per day. And especially working from home, I think a lot of us find ourselves in the office or whatever our makeshift office is, and we don't end up moving very much at all. The amount of sedentary lifestyles due to COVID and staying at home has skyrocketed. So how can we be intentional about moving? What are the recommendations for movement per day? And the recommendations are 10,000 steps per day. But if we're starting at 3,000, going to 10,000 seems like a huge
jump,
a huge feat. So could we just start off by tracking to see, okay, what are we doing right now? Okay, we're doing 3,000 steps a day. Could I increase it over the next 2 weeks to 4,000 steps per day? Then can I increase it to 6,000 steps per day and just slowly work your way up? About 3,000 steps per day is about 1.5 miles. So could you do that just during your lunch and stay on track to help reach a goal? But you need to be able to track it. Cool thing is with iPhones, it's pretty easy to track how many steps that you take now.
Yeah, absolutely. Or the wearables, or so many different things that you can easily track. And, I think working with several employees who have just gotten back into the workspace, making sure that they're staying accountable to those activity goals. So if you say, hey, I'm going to spend 15 minutes a day, get up, walk the stairs, walk around the office, do a lap, you need to make sure that you're keeping yourself accountable to that goal. So schedule it in your calendar, set an alarm, make sure you have that time to keep yourself motivated to actually do the work.
I love the walking club because then you have a built-in accountability partner to help you, get moving and walking. Other things that you can do to get in a few extra steps. I mean, park at the back of a parking lot or park at the top of the parking garage. So you have to walk down and up the stairs. I mean, every little bit helps. You don't have to see really great results. Doesn't mean that you have to, do a crazy CrossFit workout. Will that help you get there faster? Maybe, but you don't have to do that, especially if you're starting from nothing. Let's just get moving. Let's get walking consistently. Let's eat quality foods in the right amounts, which is where a nutrition coach comes in, and you'll start seeing those wins. You'll start feeling better. I think getting some activity, going outside is not only going to help you move, but it's also going to help your mood too.
Absolutely.
Research shows getting out and walking, having that sunlight is so helpful to your mood and alertness and just getting you away from staring at a computer screen. So helpful.
And remember too, if it's really hard for you to get active during work, you can also try to set that time for before or after. I worked with one of my clients who really wanted to start walking more. And what worked best for her was to bring her sneakers into work. And after her day was over, put those sneakers on so she would get a walk in before she went home. So think of ways that you can make it work for yourself.
Yeah, there's so many members at the gym where I'm like, just bring your clothes with you because if you go home, you're going to not end up going to join the gym and come get a workout in. So just bring your clothes with you, go straight from work to the gym so that you can get on track and get your activity in, or just go for a walk right after. So step number 2, start a walking club, find an accountability partner to get moving during lunch. It's not only going to help you reach your step goals per day, but it's also going to help with mood and your alertness, and so many positive things happen from just exercising consistently. All right, number 3, and I think this one is so important. We need to pick healthy options when ordering food for lunch. How many times have you ordered food for lunch, or someone says, "Hey, I'm getting this place, and I would you like to join in? Like, we're gonna order in. We're going to this place. Would you like to join in?" I think it happens.
It happens
more often than not. I was talking to one of our members at our gym last week, and he was talking about a restaurant downtown, and he said, "Nicole, I know I cannot go there because I'm literally going to do nothing after I eat that. I'm going to want to fall asleep at my desk." And why is that? Well, you have all those carbohydrates, that processed food, your energy level, your glycogen level, glucose level goes up, right? And then that insulin's released, it goes down fast, and then you end up being super, super tired.
You get that crash, that midday crash. We've all been there and experienced that.
Exactly. So why not set ourselves up for success and have some healthy delivery options that will help you increase your mood and have that sustained energy and have that balance. So, things like vegetables and protein and having a little bit of starch, staying away from the high fat, high processed foods. Can we have fat? Absolutely. Can we have some carbohydrates? Yes, of course, but we don't need to just have pizza for lunch. It's going to give us a lot of carbohydrates that we don't necessarily need. If you're going to have pizza, can we have a huge salad first and then just have 1 or 2 slices instead of 5 slices?
Yeah. Again, it comes back to being mindful of your choices. And, if you're listening, you're like, wow, I actually haven't thought about that. I'm so quick to just jump on board when someone's, offering to go take out for an unhealthy place. Take a moment and look around your area. Find those healthier options. Look at the menus. Think, how can I make a healthy option in a pinch? Because as much as we all want to bring our lunch and stay on track with meal prepping, it doesn't always happen. And if we don't have a plan for your success, it's really easy to go to those not so healthy options and not help you reach your goals.
I think some of our favorite places, and we get takeout a lot from when we're doing company functions or employee meetings, is we'll go to like Eat Fresh Kitchen, where you can make healthy bowls and have spinach and maybe sweet potato noodles and some chicken and a bunch of vegetables and have a balance of some protein, some carbs, and some healthy fat. Chipotle is another option, right? You can make a bowl, have a bunch of lettuce on the bottom, have a little bit of rice or beans, and then some protein, some sauteed veggies, tomatoes. You load up on those vegetables instead of just having a giant bowl of rice, beans, a little bit of chicken that's going to cause you to have that energy spike and crash.
Absolutely. So again, guys, think about what are some healthier options that you and your coworkers can utilize next time you're in a pinch. That's such a great tip, Nicole. Now I think we're all wondering, what is tip number 4?
This one is so important. You have to have an accountability partner. It is so much tougher to stay on track when everyone else around you is not doing your goals are not aligned. So you need to find yourself someone who is also looking to eat healthy and prioritizing wellness, and stick with that person. Be each other's accountability partners. You have to find someone that's going to help you stay on track, because we all get tempted, right? But who's that person that's going to help you stay on track? Of course, a nutrition coach is there to help you do that. But finding someone where you're spending every day with them and you're eating lunch and spending 50% of your awake hours with them, if you have someone to help you stay on track, it's going to be so much easier for the long haul, and not just do something super quick and have a quick fix and then go back to your old habits.
And it really does work. When I used to work in a sit-down office environment, I had those accountability coworkers who would come to my desk and say, hey, we're going on that walk and lunch. You coming with us? Or, hey, we're going to do the lunchtime yoga. Are you coming as well? You have to find those people who have those same values, those same goals, and are on the same track as you, and bring them close. Be there for each other. And remember, it's a two-way street, right? You want to support them just as much as you want them to support you and help keep you on your path.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that I love doing when we do employee wellness challenges is pairing people up so they have that built-in accountability partner.
Yes.
Or have the departments work together so that, the finance department is against this other department, and now you have multiple people, keeping each other accountable to stay on track. Because if everyone is going in the same place, if you're all rowing the same way, it's going to be so much easier for you to not get distracted or not prioritize your health and wellness all the time.
Absolutely. So I really love that last tip, Nicole, finding those accountability partners and keeping each other accountable, and a little bit of, friendly competition never hurts either. That just kind of sometimes lights the fire to keep us going in that positive direction.
Absolutely. So just to recap, our 4 steps to a healthier workplace. The first one, we need to do an assessment and clean out the break room, put some healthy foods in, take away some of those processed foods that are just easily distracting us and easily tempting us to get off track. The next one, start a walking club to walk during lunch. Again, the average American only walks between 3,000 and 4,000 steps per day. That's not a lot. We want to try to get that up to a closer goal of 10,000. Some of our clients even have a goal of 15,000 steps per day, which is amazing. But I can promise you they didn't start there.
No.
It started with just a quick 15-minute walk per day and slowly built up to a point where they're like, hey, I can do this. The next one we want to do is think about where we are eating lunch and order at a healthy option. Look at the healthy options that are around your building, or if you always go somewhere or order in from somewhere, what healthy options are available. Health and wellness has never been more important. Companies are realizing people want to eat healthy. There are a lot of healthy options at many restaurants. So instead of being tempted by the thing that might be the most popular dish on the menu, let's look at what's the healthiest option. And remember, it's not always just salads. A good rule of thumb, doing half your plate vegetables, quarter protein, quarter starch, or if you're doing a bowl, load it up with vegetables first. Do just one serving of the carbohydrates and then have your healthy protein and a little bit of healthy fat. And the last thing that we want to talk about is that accountability partner. So I challenge you to think, who is someone in your office that their mission and vision aligns? They want to be healthy. They want to become the healthiest versions of themselves. Who is that person in your office? Can you connect with them? Can you eat lunch with them? Can you guys start this walking club and be each other's accountability partners? Because it's going to be so much easier for you to stay on track when you have someone doing it with you. I hope you enjoyed that episode. The goal of this podcast is to provide simple and actionable tips. How easy is it for you to go in the break room and add in some healthy snack options and take away the processed carbohydrates and high sugary things, especially the sodas that cause our blood sugar to go up and crash back down? We wonder why we don't have energy in the afternoon, but it comes from a lot of times having the sugar and high carbohydrate processed food lunches. By the time our body breaks it all down, we end up having that afternoon crash. Another great simple strategy is to have a walking club. After you eat lunch, go for a walk for 15 minutes outside. Not only is it going to help with vitamin D levels, it's also going to help regulate your blood sugar, which is so important to prevent those energy crashes and help you be more productive in the afternoon. If you work for an employer that does lunches, maybe you find a healthy option for you guys to eat out at or order food in. That is going to be a simple strategy for you guys to take action. The truth is, when you have the people that you spend the most amount of time with, over 50% of your waking hours on any given work day, on the same page as you in regards to health and wellness and all trying to eat healthier, it is going to be so much easier for you to stay on track. So I challenge you to get with your fellow employees and take action one step at a time. There are so many people on this podcast that we've interviewed that have lost 50, 100 pounds or 50% of their body fat. And how they did it was they got with their employees and fellow employees, and they all started moving and exercising and eating well together. They all kept each other accountable, and support system is so important for you to make health a way of life and it to become second nature. I really hope that you enjoyed this podcast and you can take action. Again, if you are working for someone who would be interested in some help, please click the link in the show notes and fill out the form so that we can get in contact with you and talk to your employer so that we can come in, do a nutrition seminar or do a reset challenge. Or go to hireanutritioncoach.com and find a Healthy Steps nutrition coach near you. Our mission is to help people make health a way of life one step at a time. And if we can do that in an employer environment where you have a solid support system, you're going to be so much more successful. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and please give us a review, give us 5 stars, write a review so that more people can find this podcast and enjoy this free help. We'll see you back here next week.